Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and over on the computer is Dawn.
Hello.
And look at this. Dawn loved this when I came out with it. I'm like, I'm making a Halloween Dresden wreath like for Christmas, but Halloween. He's like, awesome. And this has been up on our door. Look, I made kind of like a crappy bow for it, but it looks great. And we just put it up on the door like a wreath. Isn't that cool? Isn't that awesome?
I love it. And now the door's empty.
Now the door's,
We
well,
have to
it'll
finish this and put it back up.
it will go back up on the door. But what a fun design. And it's one block 4 times, and then you sew it together, and it looks amazing. So this one I did here just to test everything out is I did a 8x8 block. So I'm going to do a little bit smaller today just to see, but it's awesome. Love that you're using coffin shapes. Yeah, isn't that awesome? Because usually the Dresden is pointed or round, and I just added 2 more points in it, and I thought that would be awesome, and I love it. And of course, candle wicking, different quilting colors. So this one, this size, was really a scrap buster, and I loved using my pieces for everything and using it up. And Shannon says, it's super cute and could be done for every holiday. Oh yeah, just change the fabric. That's all you have to do is change the fabric. The other thing I really like about this is the sashing, the thin sashing. And then I added on the outside. I wanted it a bit thicker. And look, mitered corners. Does everyone see that? Boo! Ooh, mitered corners. It's off a little bit on this one. Let me show you better mitered corner. That one's perfect. Absolutely perfect. And it's just from the backing, pulled over, cut, sewn on. Super easy to do, and I like it much better than binding. So, let's see. Mitered corners, great job. Yeah, they're not 100% perfect, but I'm telling you, they look awesome. Let me pull it down just a little bit, and then you can see how glorious they are. That's so cute, Sue, says Jenny. Thank you. Leah says, very nice. Kathy says, hi, Sue and Dawn. Well, hi, Kathy. Great to watch this. I don't know how to say that. Great to watch this. Woke up with a sore throat. Well, we hope you are feeling better. So Isabel, Judy Quilt, who else is here? Well, I said hi to Kathy and Shannon. Betty Turner, hello. They were talking about getting their power back in Florida, which is awesome. And Sandy, there we go. Sandy, good morning. Good morning to everyone. So, new people, welcome. This is our favorite Saturday morning live. We love this. So, take a second, hit the like button so we can keep everything going. I have lots of plans coming up, including another stitch along for Sweet Pea. There's 2, so you guys will get your choice of which one you want to play around with for sure. And we can get started. So I am gonna, oh wait, not yet. Hold on. So I don't know if you guys saw this. This is yesterday's creation from my brain. Happy Llama-ween.
Happy Llama-ween.
Happy Llama-ween. Now, it's a mug rug, and I sent this to Beatrice. She loves llamas, and she just about lost her mind because she's like, that is perfect. So, bones in the background, quilting, and then kind of like a neon glowing llama. And he's cute. Skella llama, kind of, but glowing. I thought the outside looked kind of like glowing. So, happy Llama-ween. I don't know. I thought it was funny. My brain thought it was funny yesterday. Beatrice loved it. So, and Dawn's Mylar. So what is this girl called? She's actually
Patchwork doll.
Patchwork doll.
Yes.
Doll. I said doll.
Doll.
Love your nails. Perfect for this wall hanging. Yes, I did my nails yesterday. You'll probably be able to see them better at the machine. But it's like a Halloween French manicure with different colors on it. And this one I put stamps of like spider webs and stars and creepy stuff. The black really shows up. So yes, my Halloween nails have started. And it's just so much fun. So Mylar, her dress is Mylar. You could see the shine in it. And happy Halloween and the Halloween wreath. So go over to omlembroidery.com and pick up your Halloween wreath. Every time you make a purchase, it helps support the channel so I can get stuff to test and show you guys and keep everything going. So we're happy that Don's here today, although I managed just fine when he's at work. I don't know if I want to call it work. His outside job
It's all work.
is what I say. Well, but it's not this work.
No, it's not.
His outside job.
The other job.
Is the mug rug for sale also? Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Just because I don't have Mug Rug Monday every Monday doesn't mean that I'm still the Mug Rug Queen.
You are.
And I've come out with a couple for Halloween. I haven't stitched out my snowman wielding, oh there it is, knife wielding mug rug, but I did come out with the zombie gingerbread man because it's literally how my brain works, right? It's cute, but it's awesome. So 2 Halloween mug rugs that are awesome. I love it. I love them both. Now, the gingerbread man has a little story about him, so you might want to check that out. It's awesome. So, lots of fun. But this is awesome. And, let's see, Misha. Morning, Misha. I hope Misha's feeling better. She put up the link to it. There's also a link in the description. So, and it's priced as cheaply as I can, just so more of you can get stitching and practicing your applique and the whole bit. This is a fairly easy project. I have given in the instructions fantastic details, how to sew it properly and make it look nice. This is the first side I did, but this is the second, and they match up absolutely perfectly. So lots of tips and tricks on how to do it and different ideas as well. So awesome. Janet says, I loved Mug Rug Monday. I know, right? I kind of miss it, but there's only so much I can do. So, okay, let's get started on this. This is going to be my background material. So this is quite busy. These are the pumpkins with the goofy faces. I'm going to try something completely different. So what I'm going to do is make all of my coffins, Dresden pieces, out of the same fabric and just make it, solid. It's polka dots, but it's solid. Nice. Instead of having all busy fabric.
That'll look good.
Yeah, I think it will look good. I think it'll look awesome. I also think that I might use green for everything. So just like green, and then the darker, and then the orange is going to be in the whole thing. And then my sashing is, green. Ugh. My sashing is going to be just a different color of orange. So I could easily switch it around. Maybe the darker might look better. I should have enough. I'm kind of running out of my scrappy scraps. So, yeah, I just thought it'd be busy background, more of a solid foreground and green. And I think what it's going to do, the quilting is awesome, but I think it's going to make the whole wreath stand out so that you really see the wreath and you'll see the pumpkins in the background. It would be better if I had solid, but I don't. So working with what I got, but you guys get the idea. Busy background, more of a solid and all the same. So this excuse me, this one I just used random pieces, like just whatever fit. I'm like, woohoo, all my scraps gone.
Yeah, it's good for scraps.
Fantastic for scraps. So without further ado, let's get started on applique and quilting stitches and trimming and all that fun stuff. Ooh, I was just about to say, where are my scissors? There they are.
Happy Saturday Live.
Yeah, I know. It is happy. So, head on over to the machine, Don.
What's up?
All right, I am using my 6x6 hoop. I have cutaway in the hoop, all hooped nicely. Now, I do trim down my batting, and that's just for the camera. You can see like the problems that we will have because this little piece doesn't want to stay down. But don't you trim anything. You don't need to, and it's better if you have a little bit extra, but that's why I do it. 7511 needle, I never change it. People always ask about the speed. I also never changed that. I never changed the speed. Why? Because the machines are smart enough to slow itself down when it needs to and speed up when it can. So there's no point. It doesn't mean that your machine is always going to run at the highest level, but when it can, it does. So let's get started. Our first step is the placement for the batting. And I am using a Luminaire 2, waiting to be 3, because we will eventually get the upgrade that we paid for. Sometime. So I like this size. The final size will be like a centerpiece, I think. And there is a size smaller, so Lynn, you can do this one in a 5x7 hoop. This is 6x6, so second from the last. My 8x8 hoop is busy at the moment, so that's why I decided to do a smaller size. So position, and now we're gonna stitch that down and do a quick trim. I think this is gonna look really good with one color like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's gonna look awesome.
It might be my new favorite.
It might be, yeah. I think it's really neat. It's a really neat concept of how to do it. So this is stitching it down, but it's also doing the placement for the fabric in our next step. So that's why it is going, our background fabric is going to go on the smaller scale, so it's just doing it all in once. And almost stitching it around twice, but not quite. So, okie dokie. We are going to go back to the desk, Dawn. Oh, I've been using bigger hoops. It's actually super nice to have a small one. It's so much easier. I know, right? So, trimming. Do your best for trimming. I'm doing it backwards. That's how my brain works. The duckbill part is supposed to go to slide along here so you don't catch it with the pointy end, but apparently I am just not going to do it that way the majority of the time. So I got this pretty much down pat.
I do the same thing.
I've been trimming for 20 years, so I'm pretty good at it now. I'm not worried. So now that's done, and this is where our sashing's gonna go. So it's the placement, so that'll help you place it like this. Now we don't need to worry about seam allowance on the top and the side. And this is important because you don't want to cut it off. And we're only trimming these two sides. So what I want to do is make sure that my pumpkin dudes are straight, and that does look pretty good except for there. What I love is the batting kind of helps hold everything in place. So let's go back to the machine and stitch this down. There we go. And stitch it down. Are we back to the machine? You gotta, you know, talk. So, stitching it down. These guys look straight. Love it. Love it. So, we don't need to trim the edges right away, but I will because I want you guys to remember to do it. So, there we go for that. Easy enough. So the next is quilting stitches, but I am going to not be lazy and trim it down. So back to the desk. So remember, we are only trimming two sides of it. We need the seam allowance for the rest of it. Now you don't have to be perfect. It's dry in here. You don't have to be perfect on these ones because it's going to get covered over, but it's good to be, you know, careful. Good trimming. So I'm going to leave the other sides because why?
Seam allowance.
Seam allowance. We got to have seam allowance because we got to be able to hold everything together to sew it. So here we're going to make the seam allowance with this fabric, which is going to look fabulous. Fabulous. So let's go back to the machine, Dawn. And we are going to stitch out our quilting stitches. A couple of ideas I had for this was doing the opposite. So having a solid background, and you could maybe use metallic thread for the quilting. I think that would make it stand out completely and look really good. So I was thinking like the orange metallic or something like that. It would give a to the design. Now these quilting stitches aren't gonna show up too well on this one because I'm using black on it, but I think it looks good. I love the design. It's just a bunch of zigzags moving around. Susan Clark, hello. Cindy King, oh hello. Hi Cindy King, it's always good to see you. Sorry I missed when you hopped in. And Karina, hello Karina. That's awesome. Mr. Beans, happy to catch a live. Awesome. So much fun. This design is actually so much fun. See, it's just zigzags. I just thought it was a fun way of doing it. Now I've angled them so it looks like they're coming out from the coffins or the Dresden plate, whatever you want to call it. Either way works. So another thing I thought of too is you could really cheat. Let me see if I have a piece big enough because I like where I'm going with it. We could do black. Got a nice piece of black. Hold on and I'll show you guys what I am thinking. Do spiders. Could do those spiders. So what I'm thinking, what about this? And instead of trimming every one, oh, I think I'm going to try that instead of the orange. So we're going to do you get what I'm doing?
Yep.
I'm thinking that's going to look really good. See, they're just small coffins. Oh, and the swirls. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. So we can, let's go here to skip because I am just going to leave this fabric here. I don't know if you guys ever do this, but it is faster and easier. And I think almost a charm square would almost fit. What's that, Don? So these are the position. Normally we do the position, you put your fabric down, and then you will trim out each one. But I'm going to try it this way because I think it's cool. I also think it'll be cool to have the swirlies on the fabric all the way through. I love this fabric.
Pretty close. I've done it this way before, and I'm glad you're doing it today.
Yeah, yeah. It just hit me. Maybe because I'm too lazy to trim all these coffins out, but I doubt it. I'm not usually that lazy. But I thought of the swirls continuing. So that would be really cool if a charm square would fit. Probably on the smaller size it would for sure. So you don't have to skip the second one, but I am. So I'm just moving, you know, down one color sort of thing. Because we only need it stitched down once. And then we're gonna trim it out. So it's cheating, but not really cheating. And I love it.
Applique cheating?
Kind of cheating the trimming practice, maybe. And I'm quite certain, so back to the desk. So now, instead of sitting there cutting out each one, we're just going to cut around the outside of them. And that's easy enough. Now for this line here, we can cut it because we already have our seam allowance. Now I know you can't really see the black. I'm kind of having a hard time seeing it, but that's okay. I'll manage. So yeah, shortcut. Let's call it a shortcut. Applique shortcut.
That's better.
Oh, and I love the black. I love the swirls all the way through. And I'm still gonna do green, but maybe orange. What color, Dawn, do you think for all the decorations?
Orange.
Yeah, I'm thinking orange is gonna look really good. I have to pick a nice one. Although you guys know I love my radioactive green, my neon green. So, look how that works out. Have you ever cheated applique like this, Don?
I don't think I have, no.
Good idea though, right?
It is.
Especially if you're doing bigger ones, this would save you a ton of time. Although doing them one at a time is a beautiful effect too. All different colors for sure. And I used quite a few different colors in with the designs, so that makes it easy. Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. Yep, that's awesome. All right, back to the machine. And we're going to start with some of our decorative stitches. So having a solid black background is going to be great. So I think I will go with the orange. I think I will pick my darker orange, this one, instead of maybe a lighter one. See the difference?
Yeah, darker.
Yeah, I think darker because these guys, I mean, you could go as dark as this, which is an orangey red. Although, you know, Don, the lighter would show up better.
Looks like you used that dark orange quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. I know. I have another one.
Okay, good.
For sure. I'm going to go for the lighter one because I think it's going to show up better. And I'm going to do orange everything. And I think it's going to look really good. Can you imagine how well this is going to stand out? It's going to look amazing. Now, if you have a candle, the center part is the perfect place for a candle, I think. Oh yeah, look at how bright that orange looks. Yep, I like that. Yep. I like it. I like it a lot. It's beautiful. So, while these are stitching out, I probably have to, yeah, I just got to press the go button. So you can change colors here. There is a color change, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna keep it going. Just because. So, take a little drink because I'm gonna cough again. Let's see. Irene says, good morning, OML gang. Good morning. She's in Texas. Long way away, but awesome. I hope the weather's nice out there. All right, now we're going to do the satin stitches. And this is another way of, you know, not cheating, but giving your applique a completely different look with the same pattern, but a completely different look. And there's the zigzag, so that's our get out of jail free card. And even though I had a little piece, it's not quite in, but that's okay. It will not take long. Let's see, 8 minutes it says, but yeah. Zigzag stitches are my favorite because, as I explained in another video, I always add them before the satin stitches because it gives you a moment to perfect your applique. So what I mean by that is, you saw I did the zigzag stitches and I'm right in there looking because if the fabric is way out, you'll see it on the outside edge of the zigzag stitches, and you can stop your machine, do a trim, and then trim the fabric so it's closer, and then you know the satin stitches will cover it. So yeah, satin stitches are my all-time favorite. Yes, I know. It's fun. It's so fun. So it's awesome. Morning from Texas. The weather is beautiful here. We're on the chilly side here, but I'm really thankful for that. And by the way, if you've noticed, it's doing it a tiny bit. The squeaking is under control. And what I figured out is that the machine is very heavy, obviously. I didn't figure that out. But we had it on foam. And I think the foam in some parts, the heavier parts, was kind of compressed in some parts and not in the other, and that's why it was making the squeaking noise. So we took the foam off, and it's better now. So sometimes the simple solution is in fact the easiest one. And it works. So there's still a little bit of squeaking, but I noticed when my machine was stitching, it's the arm, and I noticed that it moved down a little bit as it was moving back and forth, and that's what made me think that it's uneven. So there we go. First snowfall here in the UP of Michigan. Oh, wow. Awesome.
I'm ready for that.
No, I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Yeah, no. Beatrice is on reading week, so she's home, which is nice. She's watching the dogs, so we won't have any barking fools today. They were woofy on Wednesday.
Oh, were they?
And there's nothing I can do about it, right? There's nothing, because I can't yell. Or Tank was in the window woofing a couple times, but I knew it was coming, so I apologized ahead of time. But, I mean, what are you gonna do? I'm like, sorry. He's loud, though.
He is.
Fortunately, Beagle doesn't do anything in the house, because if he started baying, whoo, that boy's pretty loud. So, okay, I'm really liking the orange. What do you think, Don?
Yeah, I like it.
I think it looks great. I might change the shade of orange, because look how many different shades of orange we have in our pumpkins. So, let me see what I have while this is stitching out. Hey, it's always good to change on the fly. It doesn't hurt at all. Ideas. Ooh, that's a... Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. ES134. Okay, that is a heck of an orange. Can you see it well enough?
Yep.
I think I'm going to do that for the rest of it. So there'll be light orange and dark orange.
Cool.
Yeah, which will match the background fabric almost perfectly. That's kind of cool. Almost perfectly. I love it. So remember when you are doing your other blocks that the outside parts have to match in color as well as the inside. There's tons of color changes, so you guys can, you know, feel free to change all the colors, all the Halloween colors, or do it kind of in one color like I'm doing. I'm thinking I'm gonna like this a lot. I really do. It's such a pretty design. And of course, you guys know, I love my Halloween fabric and colors. I don't know why I hadn't found this orange yet, but yay. Hot pink. Oh, Lynn and your hot pink. You guys are awesome. Shannon, sorry I'm late. Glad you're here, for sure. Awesome. Cindy King, hello. I think I already said hello, but hello again. I usually see Cindy King's entry. She's usually listening and working, which is awesome. She never misses a video though, for sure. So for those of you just joining, this design is an OML Embroidery original, so you can buy it on the website, and it's not expensive. I try to make it as cheap as possible because I want more people to perfect their applique skills or their creativity. I make my designs, I design them in a different way than most people do, to allow you the most creativity with colors. Like I said, this one has a ton of color changes, and I think that makes it really, really awesome, actually. So you can literally change, you know, you could do orange on the outside and green for everything on the inside. I think that would look stunning too, especially the swirlies going on. Isabel, thank you very much. Thank you. But I try to make my designs that they look more complicated than they are. For example, the grandmother's garden. Not so much for the pre-cut, although that was a ton of fun to sit and stitch out. But for the other ones, it looks like you did, you know, one piece at a time, and you're not. So I like to be clever that way. Oh, Jill, thank you very much. Thank you. I just had a thought. What about making a cute patch to give out in the place of candy? I don't know if kids would shoot you for that. I don't know. I guess they would like that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, why not?
I think that would be fun.
I mean, it's like when you go to the dentist's house and they give you a toothbrush for Halloween.
Yes.
Go to the embroiderer's house and get a patch.
Well,
It's all right.
people
I mean, it might be
love
kinda cool.
patches for sure.
They may like that.
Yeah, you know, that's not a bad idea. You'd have to try it and see. I don't know what I'm gonna do for Halloween because I am alone here at the house because Dawn has to work. And I'm not sure if I can handle 3 hounds at the door, manning the door. Usually the kids are around and they stand in the driveway and hand out the candy, and I try to keep the dogs quiet. So I don't know what I'm going to do this year. I haven't figured it out. But the dogs don't like it. Oh, so now I've changed my threads to this bright orange. It's probably closer to this one. And we're going to do the candle wicking because I love candle wicking on a coffin. I'm coming over to babysit the dogs. Oh, all right. Ooh, look at that color. Now that color is one of the pumpkins. All right, this is going to match absolutely perfectly. Oh, I'm so happy. So, on the fly, don't be afraid of being creative on the fly. Look at this, Dawn. It's excellent. Look at the color.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that perfect?
Yep.
I that's been on my thread rack forever, and I'm not sure why I missed it. I'm really happy with that. So, I mean, there you go. Awesome. Oh, someone better delete those. Okay. Might be a great substitute for those who have allergies, the patches. Yeah, I know. I think that could be a really good idea. Everyone loves patches, so just think, you know, happy Halloween patches or something really cute. Why do these stalkers bust into our group? You know, they do it all the time, and it is really annoying. I have to really seriously monitor the comments, and I have, you know, I don't know, what, 1,500 videos up? So it's a lot. Actually, let's give out some advice. So I got a notice on Facebook, from Facebook, saying I had to verify my identity because someone reported my page, and failure to do so within 24 hours would result in the permanent deletion of my page. So I looked at it and I thought about it, and I clicked the link and it went to an external website. And I said, well, it has to be a scam because Facebook would never send you to an external website to sort out your account. So I did very carefully click on it. There's ways of doing it. And there was a couple of, how do I say it, like English typos in it. So it was a scam. It looked pretty good, though. I was duly impressed with it. You don't get trolls, Karita. It's because Sue is famous. You don't get trolls unless you're famous. No, I don't think I'm famous, but, you know.
Trolls will show up eventually.
They all do. I don't really know what they think they're doing, but... Okay, so, back to the design. I absolutely love how the two oranges look and how well they match the pumpkins. The orange is very vivid. It's pretty close to the darkest one. This is gonna look awesome. Absolutely awesome. So we just have some swirlies to do, and then we're going to do the folded fabric for the outside, and that I am going to do in the orange. Super nice. So swirlies are going to be dark, so it stands out. I just love this orange. What the heck?
I like it too.
Yeah, it's darker than the dark one I had. Can't wait to see the swirls. It's going to look good. They go over top the lines here, so it kind of gives it a nice effect. Just satin stitchy swirls. You know, zoom in there, Dawn. Oh, I'm watching so intently I forgot to keep talking. Ah! This is looking great. Yes, thank you, Victoria and Georgia. Thank you. I really like it. So, again, I'll tell you guys that in the actual file, there are a lot of color changes. Like, these swirls are different colors, but that doesn't have to stop you from, you know, doing one color or two like this. I was only going to do one, but I think two is really good. Two different shades of orange. And I really like the same background. I think that is fantastic. Are they suitable for Janome machine? Yeah, for sure. For sure. There's all different sizes from 5x7 all the way up to 10x10. This one I'm doing is the 6x6. The one I have finished is the 8x8 hoop. You just stitch out 4 of them and sew them together. Yeah, I love the swirlies. So we're going to do the next one. Now there is a color change, like I said, but I am not going to change my colors. I think the swirls make it, especially when you sew them together and two match. Oh yeah, love it. Love it. Well, I know what I'm doing today. I gotta stitch out more of these because that was so easy to do too without cutting the little pieces.
Yeah.
Not that I mind that, but it sure saves a lot of time.
It looks good with the solid.
Yes, yes. Judy Quilt got me into solid fabrics. Now I quite enjoy them. I think it's it adds something to it because you don't want it too busy, and you want to make sure, like on this design is a perfect example, that your focal point is on the flower or the wreath, the Dresden plates. So make that part stand out. And
You did?
I think I did, yeah. It stands out, but it matches, which is really cool. If anyone wants to know the number of the darker orange, it's a stunning color. I will let you guys know. Jill says, I have a Janome and they work really, really well. Yeah, sorry, I didn't finish my sentence there. I was so excited about this. That's how my life goes. Different sizes and I think 8 or 10 different formats. So you can use it on any machine. For sure.
ES 134.
So the thread color for this darker color is ES 134. So, okay, now we are going to do, oh my God, that looks so different from the other one, Dawn. That is so cool.
Awesome.
So we're going to do the thin sashing, which really adds to the whole bit. And what we have to remember on this part is seam allowance. Right, Lynn? Seam allowance, seam allowance. And I think the thin sashing adds a lot as well. So when I put my fabric down, it's got to be face down because we're flipping. So you can, if you can't remember, if you're worried you haven't got it right, hold it down and then flip. That's exactly what we're doing. So make sure you leave a seam allowance on this end and that your fabric piece is wide enough so you have a seam allowance on that end. So that's all you have to do. Face down in the opposite direction that you're going to fold it. You can do a pretend fold because it's easy to get confused with this. It's easy though. And as soon as it does its little dancey dance, we are going to fold it over, and I chose the brighter orange one because I thought it would stand out. Now, if you want to iron it, you can. You do want a nice crease. You can add a little bit of tape if you want. I'm just gonna, it seems to kind of stick to the warm and natural batting. Most importantly, keep your fingers out of the way. But if you had a little iron and those ironing pads, that would be awesome. So just be careful. So we have a nice amount of seam allowance all the way around, which is awesome. Now I am going to trim this part because we are going to have a seam allowance. So that's awesome. And where's my other piece? There we go. So I can trim this part so it doesn't get caught up because we're doing another piece and it's going to have this part seam allowance. So we don't have to worry about it. I think this has come together amazing. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. So the same thing.
I like the color combo.
Oh yeah, that's what makes it, fabric and colors. So we're going to do the flip and fold. So again, we are going to put our fabric down in the opposite direction that you're folding, and you can just hold it and just make sure, these are pretty easy because they're straight, but make sure that it's going to work and make sure you have enough room and make sure that it is going to go the whole way. So sometimes when you have different shapes, is it? Sometimes when you have different shapes, it's harder to do. And I always give it a try just to make sure. So apparently we are unthreaded. So sometimes that happens. It's easy. So we thread, take our scissors off the machine, and we really should go back a little bit. Not much, because I want those tie-off stitches to stitch. And that's right at the beginning, the tie-off stitches. Yeah, there you go. Tie in, tie out, important. And then there's the tie out ones. And it just helps everything keep together. So now we're gonna flip it. A little bit awkward on this one, but that's okay. That is fine. So again, you can finger press it. You can pop a little tape down if you want. The neater you have it, the better it looks. And this part looks sewn, like you were sewing. See, that's beautiful, isn't it? I don't mind the little puffy in it because it makes it stand out and gives the whole thing texture. But doesn't that look good?
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Happy music already. So, on the fly, that was awesome. Back to the desk, Don. I'm really happy with that. I'm going to leave my hoop out because I think I need to do more of it.
3 more of those.
Yeah, for sure. So you need to take a ruler and make sure everything's trimmed properly and then make some more. Now that didn't take us very long at all, did it? Nope. I mean, I talk a lot and do less stitching, but look at that. Isn't that awesome? So, beautiful colors, beautiful background. Look how much this stands out. Even though it's a smaller size, it stands out. So if you want to see the size difference, this is the 8x8 and this is the 6x6. So there's quite a bit of difference. But both equally as beautiful. So when you stitch 4 of the same block, then you just give it a turn and it goes here, give it another turn and it goes here, and another turn there. So it's also a clever way of doing it because you get a nice border around. So this was a whole lot of fun. Really like how this turned out. I think this is going to look stunning on our coffee table. So I'm going to get busy and stitch some more and then sew them all together. I love my colors. So have fun, be creative. Remember your get out of jail free card, which is the zigzag stitches. So you can make all your appliques perfect. See, I don't have any fabric hanging over. It's awesome. So grab it at omlembroidery.com, and yeah, remember to post pictures of, because there's so many changes you can make on this yourself. Like, look at the difference between this one and this one just by changing it. So I want to see what you guys come up with, please. I think it would be really cool. And yeah, I this is my favorite. Yeah. I really like this one, but this is my favorite. I might even do the biggest size just to make a bigger one. So anyways, head on over to omlembroidery.com. Be creative, play with your fabrics. If you don't like Halloween fabrics, use whatever makes you happy. Awesome. Use what you have. You don't have to be, you know, rich to make beautiful blocks. Just, you know, match it up. Whatever makes you happy. Halloween makes me happy, so I'm good to go. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you like this video. Please like this video, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Have a great day. Oh, I love the oranges.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.